Oh, man.
Sean Diddy Combs' alleged list of accomplices to be revealed soon. The names will shock you, attorney says. Whoa.
The courtroom was silent. So silent you could hear the air conditioning hum. After months of jaw-dropping testimonies, explosive leaks, and enough plot twists to rival a Hollywood thriller, the verdict was finally in for Sean Diddy Combs. Acquitted of the most explosive charges that could have shattered his career forever, but convicted on enough counts to still send him to prison. The music mogul who once defined luxury, power, and influence now finds himself in a place he never imagined, trading designer suits for a prison jumpsuit. But here's the thing. This isn't just about Diddy. This case has dragged in politicians, celebrities, conspiracy theorists, and survivors determined to have their voices heard. And behind the scenes, his legal team is launching one of the most aggressive comeback strategies the music industry has ever seen. So before you make up your mind on whether this is a redemption arc or the final chapter, let's break down exactly what just happened inside that courtroom and why the real fight for Diddy's future is only beginning.
Again, see, he's in cahoots with Epstein. And then...
Was he in cahoots with Epstein, or was it just a similar type of an operation?
No, they were friends.
When the jury foreperson stood up and began reading the verdict, reporters leaned forward, pens poised. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. On the charges of racketeering? Not guilty. On the charges of sex trafficking? Not guilty. For a moment, it looked like Diddy might actually walk free. But then, on 2 federal counts of transportation for prostitution, guilty. It was a legal twist that left the entire courtroom stunned. The most damning allegations had fallen apart under cross-examination and lack of direct evidence, but prosecutors had enough to secure conviction on lesser charges that still carry serious consequences. Now, Diddy's fate rests in the hands of Judge Rebecca Whitmore, who scheduled sentencing for October 3rd. Depending on her decision, Diddy could walk away with time served or face multiple years in federal prison. Outside the courthouse, reactions were split. Some fans cheered, convinced justice had been served. Others accused the system of letting a powerful man off too easy.
When the feds rolled up, they were like, it wasn't about Diddy. It was about if there were tapes of powerful people there.
Don't be fooled into thinking this is over. Diddy's legal team, led by high-profile attorney Marcus Ellsworth, hasn't stopped moving for a second. Within hours of the verdict, they filed a motion to appeal the conviction, arguing that crucial evidence had been mishandled. They've also accused the prosecution of trial by media, pointing to the constant flood of leaked photos, videos, and so-called insider sources that kept Diddy's name trending for all the wrong reasons. According to court documents, Ellsworth's team believes these leaks may have unfairly influenced the jury's perception before they even stepped into deliberations. But that's not all. They're also pushing for a judicial review of the FBI's search warrants, claiming they were overly broad and violated the Fourth Amendment. If they win that motion, large portions of the case could be thrown out entirely. Ellsworth has even suggested the defense is considering a mistrial motion, hinting at newly discovered misconduct within the prosecution's camp. He hasn't revealed specifics yet, but you can bet it's a card they'll play at the perfect time. Here's where things take an unexpected turn. Diddy's team isn't just fighting in the courtroom, they're crafting a public redemption narrative. According to insiders, they floated the idea of Diddy using his platform to become a domestic violence advocate, publicly speaking about accountability, healing, and reform. The plan? To reframe Diddy's image from accused predator to a cautionary tale who's learned from his mistakes and wants to help others avoid his path. If the court buys into it, it could influence sentencing and open the door to alternative punishments like community service, rehabilitation programs, or advocacy work instead of a prison cell. And here's the rumor that sets social media ablaze. whispers that a certain former US president might consider a pardon. No official confirmation, no direct request, but in the world of high-stakes legal chess, just the possibility is enough to get people talking, and Diddy's team knows how to use that buzz to their advantage. Right now, Diddy's reality couldn't be further from his glamorous past. MDC Brooklyn is a far cry from five-star hotels and champagne toasts. He wakes up at 5:30 a.m., eats powdered eggs and toast in a cafeteria, and spends his days under the constant watch of correctional officers. There are no private chefs, no VIP lounges, just cold concrete floors, buzzing fluorescent lights, and a cell shared with another inmate. Insiders say he keeps to himself, rarely engaging with the general population. Some believe it's a strategy to avoid potential conflicts. Others think he's simply trying to process the reality of his situation. And while the outside world debates his guilt, Diddy is reportedly keeping a notebook in his cell, jotting down thoughts, potential book ideas, and even lyrics, because in his mind, this isn't the end, it's just a chapter. While the trial played out in court, an entirely different narrative was unfolding online. Social media exploded with claims, some outlandish, others disturbingly specific, about Diddy's alleged connections to political figures, Hollywood elites, and even secret rituals at his infamous parties. Bizarre videos began circulating, edited to suggest high-ranking politicians like Barack Obama and Kamala Harris were somehow connected. Donald Trump's name was thrown into the mix as well, fueled by heavily doctored photos and speculative threads on forums. Here's the truth. None of it has been confirmed, but in today's internet culture, the line between fact and fiction is dangerously thin. And the more viral these theories become, the harder it is for the real story to break through the noise. Through all the chaos, one voice has refused to be silenced: Allison Carter. She testified in court about what she says she witnessed at Diddy's parties: drug use, disturbing rituals, and even minors being taken into back rooms. Her account is graphic and unsettling, and she claims she was offered hush money to keep quiet. She refused. Instead, she's been using her platform to call for stronger protections for survivors and more transparency in high-profile cases. All the money in the world can't erase the truth, she told reporters outside the courthouse, and if we keep ignoring it, we're just giving more power to people who abuse it. Her bravery has inspired others to come forward, though many remain anonymous, fearing retaliation. October 3rd is the date circled in red on everyone's calendar. That's when Judge Whitmore will decide Diddy's fate. Until then, the legal team will keep filing motions, the media will keep speculating, and the internet will keep fueling the conspiracy machine. But no matter what happens next, one thing is certain: Diddy's life, career, and public image will never be the same. So here we are, a man once considered untouchable, now facing the possibility of years in prison. A defense team working overtime to rewrite the ending. A public torn between believing in redemption and demanding accountability. The question isn't just, will Diddy walk free? It's, can the court of public opinion ever forgive him? And maybe more importantly, should it?